My hair is so messy. Hey guys, it's Steph. Welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be about my journal collection for 2022. The very first YouTube video was my first journal collection thing, and it recently got 10k views, which is like really cool. So if you watched that video, thank you so much for supporting it because it's doing so well. But that video was posted a little under a year ago, and we all know that a lot happens in a year. I've changed in that year. My life has completely changed in that year. So naturally, my journal practice will change with me. So I'm just gonna go over that a little bit and make sure to keep you guys updated on it. Ooh, this is the first video I post where I filmed in my NYC dorm. I have these very fake vines behind me. I have my sun and my moon poster that I actually really like. This is like my favorite thing in my whole room, just so you guys know. Before we jump into this video, I'm gonna remind you guys to subscribe if you haven't already, and remember that if you do enjoy this video, to give it a big thumbs up. All right, let's jump into the video. I just want to jump right into new journals, which are journals, ooh, hello New York. I just want to jump into journals that I didn't have when I filmed that last video that is doing so well. Oh, I'm just going to preface that first video that I did post is very extensive. I was giving a lot of info for every single journal. So I suggest you go check it out if you want like in-depth descriptions of some of these journals, and also like a little bit on like how I started journaling and you know all that jazz. But the first journal that I want to talk about that is brand new this year is my 2022 Year of Growth journal. It has like this gold foiling on the front. It's a cloth cover except for the gold foiling part. Oh, it's so gorgeous. Here's the spine, and on the back she has a little like description of the journal, so I'll read it super quick. A time capsule of your year, a tool to grow and evolve, a sacred space for your mind and soul. A daily diary with a focus on astrology, mindfulness, gratitude, moon journaling, intention setting, self-reflection, and personal growth. Let this book be a part of your journey and into yourself. This is your year of growth. So this journal is from Dreamy Moons by Annie. I love her work. This is all her art. It's all her creation. So I really admire her. I follow her on Instagram. I'm like, oh, I want your life, please. But basically what this journal is a daily journal. So it has space for you to write about your day every single day, and there's also a space for gratitude, so that at the end of the day you have to like write something that you were grateful for that day. It has weekly reflections and intention setting, it has monthly reflections and intention setting, and it has new moon and full moon journaling. It also has like a calendar for every month so that you can like plan out your month if you want. It's just packed with so much that you can use to help you grow, to help you reflect, and it's so lovely. I got this because I really wanted to do daily journaling. Last year I was doing weekly journaling using the Artist of Life workbook by Lavender. I talked about that journal in the other video, and the reason I did the weekly journaling first was because I wanted to create a habit of journaling and having a bit more of a manageable commitment to journaling, like being weekly versus like jumping into doing daily. So for that whole year I was just weekly, and then it made daily journaling a lot easier to do. I found that the daily journaling has been so fabulous. It forces me to live in like a presence and a mindfulness, and when I'm like reflecting on my day, I learn more about myself because I'm reflecting. I'm like, oh, I did this and this, and that made me happy, and now I'm like more aware of that. Or I did this and this, and I didn't feel good about it, and then I'm more aware of that. And just like writing it down onto paper, physically acknowledging it, because like you can know that certain things make you feel a certain way, but if you write it down, it's planted in your mind. It's not just like a subconscious knowledge, it's like front and center. I also really enjoy the new moon and the full moon journaling because I've been like super busy since I came to college, and I don't have time to do like full moon meditations as much as like I used to. So I like at least knowing that if I can't meditate or, you know, light a candle or whatever, I can journal about it. What I also really like about this journal is that for every week she has an affirmation. This week's affirmation was, I am grateful for another week of magic. And before the week even starts, this week was magical. And every night when I journal, I read it. I think it's a really lovely detail that has like more benefits than like we would realize, because affirmations are amazing, but they're so lovely and they're so magical. They're like one of my favorite details in this book. So that's the Year of Growth journal. I might do a video on like journaling daily and like why you should be doing that. So let me know in the comments if that's something you'd be interested in. The next journal that is brand new that I did not have when I made that first video is this gorgeous thing. There's my opera coming out. My friend got me this for, I think it was for Christmas. I really liked how it looked. It felt artsy, it felt magical. It also has gold pages. So I decided to turn it into a poetry book. I was using my brain dump journal for poetry, but I decided I kind of wanted somewhere a little more special for poetry. So now this is my poetry book. I explained in my other video that I'm very much into creative writing. I really like writing poetry. I find it especially helpful for when like I'm going through something emotionally and I need to express it through art. And a lot of times that art is poetry. So there's a lot of like really special poems, very personal, very special. So if you're like me and you like writing poetry about whatever, I think somewhere special to put it all, I like having that and I enjoy having it all in one place. This is one of my favorite new journals that I added to my shelf. I'm gonna try to keep this short and sweet because I already talked about all of these journals, like I said, in that first video, so I'm gonna put the link here. I thought I was gonna put it somewhere else in the video, but I think I'm deciding it's gonna go here. There's all in-depth descriptions of these journals in that video. But right now I'm just gonna go through them quickly, give you updates on after a year, how is it going with these journals. So I'm gonna start with this big one, Celebrate Every Day, is my brain dump journal. Like I said, I was doing poetry in this until I got my actual new poetry journal. So right now this one is mostly like if there's something that I need to write about and there's not enough space in my daily journal to write about it, I write about it in here. I'm always gonna have space. So that's mostly what it is right now. When I went home for the break and I wanted to do poetry, I wrote poetry in here. I might transfer it at some point, but only if I think it's like good enough to go in the poetry journal. So I guess this is for like more casual poetry sometimes, but mostly for like if I just need to get something onto paper. Next up is my manifestation journal. Before I was doing it every single night. I had a gratitude section, a release section, and then a manifest section. Last night I was like, oh, I haven't journaled in this for a while, so I tried it and I really like the release section, so I think I might just add, if there's something that I do need to release, I'll just like put it in that journal because I haven't used this one in a while. When it comes to like scripting or affirmations, I'll still come back to this, but overall I have not been like focusing on manifestation since I came to college, probably because I feel like my life is so lovely and I'm thriving so much, there's nothing for me to manifest. That's not true, but I haven't been in a mindset of like I need to manifest stuff. But I want to get back into it, so she's waiting there for me. This was my Beautiful Moments journal. I love this book. Before I came here, I was using it for like moments that were extra special and I wanted to keep a record of it. And then when I came to college, I stopped using it. And it wasn't because I wasn't having beautiful moments, because I've had so many of these like great moments that deserve to be written about. But before I came here, those beautiful moments were moments of like complete presence and mindfulness and awareness, because I wasn't living in a state of mindfulness. And it was like sometimes I would click into presence and then I'd be like, oh my god, life is so beautiful, and then I would go back to like unawareness. But since I came here, I live consistently in a state of more mindfulness that it's like, I don't know, I'm just like used to being present now. That way that I felt in those special moments before, I feel that way most of the time. Instead of occasionally clicking into presence, I'm occasionally dropping out of presence, which I think is a good thing. Okay, and the last one that I haven't been using since I came here has been my shadow work journal, and I think the reason for that is because I think I'm too busy. I feel like there's just too much going on that I wouldn't be able to like do it properly. Like I wouldn't be able to like commit to the shadow work. I feel like I'd be distracted. Yeah, I just feel like now, this point in my life is not a time for like relaxing and reflecting and doing shadow work. Right before I came to college, where I was just like home all the time, my sister was gone, so it was like just me like in this bubble. That was a great moment for shadow work because there was just like a lot of peace in my life. But now it's not so peaceful. NYC is not exactly the most peaceful place on earth. So I just feel like this moment of my life that is so busy and so like so much change is not a moment I want to spend doing shadow work. I will come back to it, I know that for a fact, but not this moment right now, is what I think. And then my last journal is my virtual journal, is my dream journal. I still dream journal, talked about it in my first video. I love journaling about my dreams. My dreams are very vivid. What usually happens is I'll have like 5 days straight of like really vivid dreams, and then like 2 weeks of not as vivid dreams where like I can't journal about them because I don't like remember it. Like I'll remember them, but it's not specific enough for me to journal about it. You know, it's more of like an idea that I cannot articulate, but I still do it. I still do dream journaling. All right, so that is my journal collection for 2022. I kept it short and sweet because I went into a lot of detail in that first video, so check it out. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and if you want in-depth video on like a certain journal, also comment that because I would be willing to do that. If you liked this video, give it a big thumbs up. If you aren't subscribed, make sure you do that and click the little notification bell. Thank you for watching. I hope you found it helpful somehow, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!